Hello once again, welcome to another video for your German Bundesliga predictions and betting tips. Alright, we're going to head straight into it. This weekend week starts on Friday and we're going to start with Borussia Dortmund versus Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim after a good start. They had a great result away about 2 weeks ago and expect things to be the same here. So I'm expecting both teams to score. I do have Hoffenheim to win, but I'm going to go with a double chance and I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund or Hoffenheim to win and both teams to score. Alright, my predicted scoreline for this game, I have Hoffenheim winning this one 2-1. Borussia Dortmund has a very good team on paper, but they have been a little bit short. They have not yet come up to full speed. Yeah, and so hence the reason why I have Hoffenheim winning this game. On the handicap system, if you're not interested in betting a straight up score, you can go ahead and bet for Hoffenheim to win by a goal. Mind the Borussia Dortmund have it in them to come out and turn the tables, because they have over the years they have been in a firm second and third in terms of teams in Bundesliga behind the giants Bayern Munich. But recapping my predictions for the Borussia Dortmund game versus Hoffenheim, I'm expecting both teams to score, and I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of double chance, I'd say Borussia Dortmund or Hoffenheim to win and both teams to score. In terms of a scoreline, I have Hoffenheim winning here 2-1. And in the handicap system, if you're not interested in a bet of the straight up score, I would say a bet for Hoffenheim to win by a goal. So now we're going to move along to our next game, which is here. Let's go on Saturday. First game on Saturday, Bayern Leverkusen versus Freiburg. And for this game, Bayern Leverkusen, versus Freiburg, I'm expecting that both teams to do well here. Bayern Leverkusen, I'm expecting them to start picking themselves up and start giving better results. As a result, I'm going to have both teams to score here. And in terms of a double chance, I would go with both teams to score and either of them to win. Alright. And in terms of predicted scoreline, I would say 2-1 in favor of Bayern Leverkusen. Interesting, you can always go on the handicap system and bet for Bayern Leverkusen to win by a goal. Alright? Or the other way around, you can bet for Freiburg to win by a goal if you want to do that. But for my predictions, I am saying both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Bayern Leverkusen or Freiburg to win. And both teams to score. You're getting $2.20 for that. That's a really lovely odds. And in terms of the scoreline, I have Bayern Leverkusen win 2-1. And on the handicap system, I would bet for them to win by a goal. Alright? So let's move right along to our next one, which is Bochum versus Werder Bremen. Sorry about that. Bochum versus Werder Bremen. Bochum being at home, and Bochum usually keep a tight shift at home. They usually concede much whenever they're playing at home, and Werder Bremen, they had a really wonderful result a couple weeks ago versus Dortmund, where they scored about 3 goals in about 5 minutes. That does not happen every day. So I'm not expecting that to happen this time around either. So, but based on the last 5 games, Werder Bremen have won 3. We've had 1 draw and 1 win for Bochum. So my prediction for this particular game is that I have here, I think this one is going to end in a draw. Expecting both teams to score. I think we're going to have about anywhere from 2 to 4 goals. But the Bundesliga is one of the leagues that has the most goals, mind you. Sorry about that. In terms of double chance, I would say Bochum or Bremen to win on both teams to score. My predicted scoreline for this game, I'm going to go with 2-2. Alright, so my predictions for the Bremen versus Bochum game, Bochum being a home team, I'm expecting a draw. I'm expecting both teams to score. terms of a double chance, I'd say Bochum or Bremen to win and both teams to score. My predicted scoreline is 2-all. Alright, so we're going to move right along to our next game, which is Stuttgart versus Schalke. Alright, Stuttgart versus Schalke. In the last couple of head-to-heads, the last 5 games, Schalke have won 2. Stuttgart have only won 1. And so we've had 2 draws here as well. And so let's go here and let me give you my predictions for the Stuttgart versus Schalke game. Sorry about that. For this game here, no. Sorry about that. My humblest apologies. Let's get straight back into it. For this game, I'm expecting that Stuttgart to win. Expecting Stuttgart to win. Both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Stuttgart or Schalke to win and both teams to score. Predicted score line, I have here, I'm going to say 2-1 for Stuttgart. And so these are my predictions for this particular game. In terms of the handicap system, you can always go ahead and bet for Stuttgart to win by a goal. Alright, that's what I would do. So my predictions for this game is Stuttgart to win, both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Stuttgart or Schalke to win and both teams to score. My predicted scoreline is 2-1 in favor of Stuttgart. Alright. Our next game now is Union Berlin versus Bayern Munich. High-flying Bayern Munich off to a great start. Let's see what they are doing in the standings here. They have played 4, won 3, and drawn 1. Yeah, they had a surprise draw, to be honest with you, like PSG last week, who had a surprise draw for me on Sunday against Monaco. Never expected them to draw there, but they did draw. Yeah, so let's jump over. Well, Union is just behind Bayern Munich. Union, after 4 games, Union Berlin is sitting in 2nd in the Bundesliga, believe it or not. Alright, so this game is the two teams that are leading the table here in the, well, as a matter of fact, they're tied on points. Alright, they're tied on points. Bayern Munich is ahead on goal difference. Bayern Munich has what? That's what? 6 goals more than Union Berlin. Alright then. But don't let that fool you. Let's see what the head-to-head is saying. The last 5 games, we've had 2 draws and 3 wins for Bayern Munich. Union Berlin yet to secure a win. Alright then, so what I'm going to say both teams to score. And this is going to be over 2.5 goals, I believe. And for me, a double chance, I'd say Union or Bayern to win and both teams to score. In terms of a predicted scoreline, I'm going to say 2-1 in favor of Bayern Munich. Alright. On the handicap system, I'd bet for Bayern Munich to win by. Where is my handicap system? I'd bet for Bayern. Let's see what they're getting to win by. They're getting $1.90. $1.90 to win. They're getting $1.90 to win by a goal, and they're getting $3.10 to win by 2 goals. But I'm going to go with the $1.90 to win by a goal. Alright. Alright, so let's go back up here now. In terms of goals, I'd go ahead and say over 2.5. Alright, go back to the main market. Alright, then as I see, I have different things here. You can bet on goals, you can bet on corners. But for me, I prefer to stick to the main market. I prefer to stick straight up results, whether they are both teams are going to score. And in terms of double chances, alright? Right, so let's recap these predictions for Union Berlin versus Bayern Munich. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of double chance, I'd say Union or Bayern to win and both teams to score. My predicted scoreline is for Bayern Munich to win by 2-1. On the handicap system, you'd have them winning by a goal. And also, I would say we're going to have over 2.5 goals, alright? So those are my predictions for the Bayern Munich versus Union Berlin game. This game being a home game for Union Berlin. Let's jump right into our next game, which is Wolfsburg versus Fc Cologne. Alright, and my predictions for this game is that we're going to end up in a draw here. This one is going to end in a draw. Alright, in the draw, I'm going to see a 1-all draw. If Wolfsburg come out and decide to play some proper football, then they might end up winning. But in terms of a double chance, I would say Wolfsburg or Cologne to win and both teams not to score in terms of a double chance. My predicted scoreline is 1-all. Alright. And so I'm going to go here and I'm going to say this game, alright, I'm expecting it to end in a draw. I'm expecting both teams to score, therefore it should be over 1.5 goals for this game. In terms of double chance, I would say Wolfsburg or Cologne to win and both teams to score. Both teams to score, no. That's what I have here. My predicted scoreline is 1 goal apiece. Alright, and so those are my predictions for the Wolfsburg versus Cologne game. And so we're going to jump straight into our next game, which is Eintracht Frankfurt versus RB Leipzig. Red Bull Leipzig. They're back with Timo Werner now. Timo Werner did well there before he did very well there before he went to Chelsea. And so therefore, since he's back, hopefully he can find his goal scoring form because he's want to make that team to Doha to play in the World Cup. Alright, so my predictions for this game is that I'm expecting Eintracht Frankfurt to pull off the win here. Red Bull, they have found some form. They're coming back to form slowly but surely. But I think Eintracht is going to take this one. And I'd say both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Eintracht or Red Bull to win and both teams to score. My predicted scoreline for this game, I would say Eintracht winning this one 3-1. In terms of the handicap system, I'd bet for Eintracht to win by a goal. And Eintracht to win by a goal. Eintracht Frankfurt to win by a goal. That's getting $7. Because they're underdogs. They're huge underdogs, surprisingly. But they don't have a well start, but a good start. But based on the start that both teams have had, I'm saying that I'm giving Eintracht the tip here to win. Alright, so in terms of my predictions there, I have Eintracht to win. I have both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I'd say Eintracht or Red Bull Leipzig to win and both teams to score. Predicted scoreline 3-1 for Eintracht Frankfurt, and on the handicap system I'd bet for Eintracht Frankfurt to win by a goal. Alright, so let's jump right across again to our next game, which is Ozburg versus Hertha Berlin. Alright, Ozburg versus Hertha Berlin. Ozburg versus Hertha Berlin here. I'm expecting either of them, to be honest, either of them can win this game. So for me, I'm going to go with here. I'm going to see over 1.5 goal. And to go back to this market, and I'm going to see Ozburg or Hertha Berlin to win and both teams not to score. Also, in terms of my predicted scoreline, if well, for the first time, I'm not certain what score to expect in this game. So therefore, I'm not going to give you a score for this game. I'm not going to give you a score for this game because I'm giving you proper betting tips here. I'm not just going to just give you a score here because I believe that I should give you one. So I'm not going to give you a score here. So for this game, I have it going over 1.5 goals, and in terms of a double chance, I would say Ozburg or Hertha Berlin to win and both teams not to score. These are my two predictions on the handicap system. If I should pick somebody on the handicap system, I'll go with the home team, and I'll go with the home team to win by a goal. But I'm not going to make it a part of my predictions here on the predictions that I'm presenting to you. But that, just thinking out loud, that's what I would have done. So my two predictions for this game is that this should be over 1.5 goal, and I'm expecting either teams to win and both teams not to score. Alright, because in this one we can get a draw. It's a strong possibility that we could get a draw. Yeah, so that's how it is. Alright, so in terms of the games for this game week in the German Bundesliga, we are going to head to the final game for this game week, and this game is Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Mainz. And the last 5 games, Borussia Mönchengladbach have won 2, and we have 2 draws as well, and Mainz have only had 1 win. Alright, so let's see where both teams stand in the table. Alright, and one's in 6 and one's in 7. Alright, leading by a point. Gladbach leading by a point. Have plus 3 goal difference, and Mainz have -1. Alright, so they've conceded more than they have scored. It's the opposite for Mönchengladbach. Right, so let's go ahead and dive right into the predictions for this game. Alright, right into the predictions for this game, and for this game now, I'm expecting that both teams to score. And I'm expecting over 2.5 goals, so I'd say Mönchengladbach or Mainz to win and both teams to score. In terms of a predicted scoreline, I would go with Mainz. No, not Mainz, sorry about that. Gladbach, Mönchengladbach, take this one 2-1. Alright, and so therefore, these are my predictions. I expect over 1.5 goal for this game. You can put that in as well. If you want to if you're doing a betting slip, you just want to add them up. You'll get a good multiplier at the end of the day. I put over 1.5 goals in this game. So recapping my predictions for the Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Mainz game, final game of this game week for the German Bundesliga. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a double chance, I would say Borussia Mönchengladbach to win or Mainz to win and both teams to score. In terms of a predicted scoreline, I have Borussia Mönchengladbach winning by 2 goals to 1. Alright, in terms of goals, I'd say I'm expecting over 1.5 goals for this game. Alright, so those were my predictions for that particular game, Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Mainz. And those are all my predictions for this week for the German Bundesliga. I wish you happy betting. Continue to watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends and share it on your social media pages so that this channel can grow and we can continue to do great things. I wish you happy betting and all the success that there is. Thank you very much for your time.